G'day. Hi, Liz Bose. Hi, Mystical Marina. Uncover the news. Oh, my God. Only Trump can prevent it. Yeah, okay. Right. How is everyone? Oh, my God. I caught the tail end of Becca, House of Lenormand, the other day, the last 20 minutes or so. I could only catch about 20 minutes of it, and it was in the latter half. Somebody please tell me she let rip on Trump. Please tell me that. That is just so insulting, not just to the US troops, but to people who belong to defence forces all over the world. My aunt and uncle were both in the army, and their son, my cousin, is in the army now. My husband used to be in the Army Reserve. My brother used to be in the Army Reserve. That is so disgusting. Honestly, it takes a lot to get the military vote away from the Republicans. But, oh, God, just apparently that's done it. More surprises in store next week, according to Anthony Scaramucci. Okay. Anyway, I meant to hop on and do a few little videos, but I've been much busier than I anticipated. So, hi, Michelle Peterson. Yeah, I didn't set out do a pre-schedule today. Sunday mornings I sort of tend to like sleep in a bit. Hello, Asantua, Estelle Harrington, GM Dave, Christine Thomas, Sharon Sipe. Hey, so that was just so disgusting. I mean, you shouldn't be surprised. As I said, it's backed up by his own words about John McCain. Hi, Egypt. Susie Buckingham, hello. I don't know if I've seen your name here before. If your first time commenting, thank you so much and welcome. Anyway, I think we'll get stuck straight into it. I've got a list of things I want to read on today. There's a lot. I got a lot written down from watching other things. Hi, Wendy Kate, from watching other readers during the week too, and what they've been commenting on, but I didn't want to hop on straight away and do videos straight after them. I want their readings to, be well behind me so that I don't get influenced. So I might see somebody reading on a subject and say, oh, I think I'll read on that subject, but I'm not going to do it for a few days because I don't want subconsciously for what they've said to sneak in. So I let a few days pass. So I like that. Hello. That is a lovely way to say hello, Asantua. It is absolutely a lovely way to say hello. Okay, so what am I? Well, we're going to open up as usual with a look at what's going on with Trump today. Hi, Catherine Cousy. I haven't seen your name before, so if this is your first time, I have seen it before and I can't remember it. Sorry, but if it's your first time joining, welcome and thank you very much for spending some time with us all. Okay, so first I'm going to do my usual check-in with Trumpet. Use the deck I always use for him. Give it a bit of a cleanse, I think, over the candle. So I hope everyone is keeping as well as they can and keeping as safe as they can. Got my Embrace the Chaos candle lit today. White lily and lace scented. It's a lovely scent, very light. I did some Palo Santoing beforehand. Trump's been behaving like an authoritarian from day one. So, how is Trump feeling today? Saturday night, your time. Let's have a look. This news about his words and actions that's come out, it is still on his mind. Page of Wands, orator, messages about actions, messages about words. So, what's on his mind? I'm just thinking what spread to do. Ooh. Oh my God, this is huge. Am I going to recover that? Because he got quite a big military vote last time. And it's pretty clear that he's lost at least half of that. The other interesting thing was they had a panel of 6 women who voted for Trump last time on. And 3 of them said no. I can't remember what show it was on, one of the shows, but had said no, we're not voting. We regret voting for him and we're not voting for him this time. We're going to vote Biden. It's a bit hard to tell from a sample of 6, but if continual sampling of separate groups of 6, if it comes up 30-30, he's lost, because he's lost half the vote that he had women's vote that he had last time. Big tower, and he realizes it. Absolutely calamitous for him. Downfall, destruction. It's really starting to sink in. He's refused to really think about it and believe it, but he's really starting to believe that he might not come out of this a winner. 10 of Pentacles reversed. Wow. He might still be able to avert this. He's thinking he might still be able to avert disaster. But the thing is, in order to do that, with the 10 of Pentacles card, the reversal on it is, the message there is to be patient and prudent. Be patient and prudent, and you may be able to work your way out of this situation and turn things around, and losses may be averted. He does not know how to be either of those things. He does not know how to be patient. He does not know how to be prudent. Oh, the Hermit reversed. Everything's he is suspicious of everyone, a little bit paranoid. He's feeling extra isolated. Everyone's against me, and really he's paying for, he thought he could say those things to people who you know, I've got no love for John Kelly. Really, most of the respect I ever had for him vanished as soon as I learned that he had interest in those companies that control the border, you know, the camps where those children are kept. But the thing is, Trump went with John Kelly to the grave of John Kelly's son, who died in action, you know, who died overseas. And he said, I just don't get the point. Why do this if you're not getting anything out of it? Honestly, that's just... Oh, and I've got two little things to say about, well, one thing really to say about this story, and it's probably true, that Don Jr. wanted to join the military, and Trump told him, if you do that, I will disown you and you won't get anything. Okay, that gives a very clear indication of Trump, but it also gives an indication of the character of Don Jr. You know, he could have just said, well, fine, if that's what you want to do, if that's what you want to do, I will be okay, and go and join. But no, he said, okay, Daddy, I won't. I want the money more than I want to serve my country. So it gives you a bit of an idea. Okay, so gives you an idea of the value that service of any kind is holding in the Trump family. So, but anyway, he's suspicious. He's probably edging towards paranoid again. It all comes down to his own folly, his own thinking he can get away with saying these things, and people aren't going to bide their time. I think a lot of people didn't say anything at the time because they knew it would it'd just wash over. They have waited to say this till now. There's a reason they kept their mouth shut and didn't say anything, I think. Hi, Bonnie Russell. Hi, Crazy Cat Lady Farley. Oh, look, it's just another breaking point. There have been stages where people have gone, that's it, I'm turning away. Susie Buckingham, did you find it interesting that this is a breaking point? There have been things along, you know, where people have said, nah, that's it. No, this is just another one. And it is a big one because of the amount of support Republicans traditionally get from the military. Hi, Bonnie Russell. Hi, Roxanne Girache. Welcome. Ronald, hello, Ronald. Hi. Okay, so what else is Trump thinking today? So on top of the tower, we've got 6 of Cups. I want to go home, but it's not happy memory time. This is just, 6 of Cups. It's not happy memories of better time. This is things he's done in the past coming up to bite him on the ass. That's what this means. You know, past actions coming back to, you know, bite him on the ass. Being haunted by old memories and things he's done. You know, it's all coming back to bite him on the ass. And again, the bone spurs are coming up again. Stuff from not so recent, from recent to not so recent. Yeah. On top of the 10 of Pentacles, being prudent, the Emperor. Again, it's reversed. He's got reverse. Yeah, just reverse. I'm pretty sure I shuffled the cards. Childlike, he's chucking a childlike streak, yeah. Childlike. The emperor should be mature, should stand firm, should be steady and a leader, and show patience and be an adult. This is reversed. It's Trump is showing a childlike streak, and it's interesting that this is on top of the reversed Ten of Pentacles, which is you have to be patient, you have to be prudent. Children are not patient and they're not prudent just by their very nature. They're impatient, they're adventurous, they're jump first, ask questions later by their very nature, because they're children. And this is what Trump is. He's impatient, he's demanding things without thinking, he's chucking tantrums too, because children think that they can do that because it'll get them what they want until they learn better, you know, unless they're spoiled brats, which is, so that's what he's doing. He hasn't learnt he can't get everything his own way. And he hasn't learnt he can just say what he wants. And there's not going to be a backlash, because there is. More reversals again. On top of the Hermit, there's the Seven of Cups reversed. Seven of Cups reversed. Just it's all turning into a nightmare for him. It's been a nightmare for him from day one. Don't feel sorry. You know? I'll put the page of, I'm just doing a little bit of a shuffle here. And took the Page of Wands off the bottom. And anyway, so it's like, that's all turning into a nightmare for him. Let's see what else is on the bottom now. Queen of Pentacles. Oh, but this is also cushy and lovely. Yeah, all right. Also resources. This can represent resources. And I think he's losing donors. I do think he's losing donors. So anyway, the Seven of Cups, it's just the nightmare continues. And this is on top of the Hermit, the suspicions, the paranoia, the trying to shut himself away, the folly, the arrogance. And it's a nightmare of his own making. He's, with all this, he's making his nightmares worse. Still reversed, the Moon reversed. Just bloody heck. He's suffering some confusion, fear, confusion. Things just are going to come spilling out to me. This reversed the picture. Now I'm working with the picture on this one, and it's like everything's been highlighted with the Moon, and all this is like, it's got like the crustacean here is holding all the water back from just falling out, spilling out, and it feels like pressure and pressure and pressure. At any minute, that crustacean is going to be washed away, and all the water is going to come spilling out. There's more stuff to come spilling out about what Trump has been saying. Oh, he got one. He has got one. Finally got one that's not reversed. Isn't that good news for Trump? Not really. It's the Devil. So this is on top of the Ten of Pentacles and the Emperor. So he's realizing that he's going to have to pay the piper. And that he's the comment about his hair, which I had heard before. He didn't want his hair getting wet. I had heard that before. And he can't. And this reversed is all about, the Devil is all about not being able to break out of patterns. He is so entrenched in the way he behaves, he just cannot change it. He doesn't see why he has to, for one thing. But even if he tried, he wouldn't be able to. He cannot. He is self-destructive. He's shown that over and over and over again with the casinos in Atlanta, with losing money, with hooking up with bad people. He is self-destructive. With 6 bankruptcies, it's a self-destructive loop, and he's doing it again. And he's not, and this is, you know, and he just doesn't get it. The thing is, he's all these things are passing through his head, but he doesn't get any of it. He doesn't, you know. Another right side up card. Justice. And because this is what he's thinking, he honestly thinks that he has the right to say what he wants to say. Every American does. That's the First Amendment. So he honestly thinks that justifies what he's saying. It might be if you're a private citizen, doesn't justify it if you're the President of the United States and the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces. But he's justifying his comments to himself. So I was justified in saying that. They're valid points. They might be if you're a private citizen. You know, if you honestly feel that way, you have the right to feel that way. You don't have to go and serve your country in that way. But if you feel that way, you don't have the right to run for an office of such high standing, especially an office in which you are the Commander-in-Chief of Armed Forces. If you feel that way, you should never have stepped up to the podium. But he honestly thinks he's justified in expressing those things while he's president as well. Hi, Laura Carlson. Thank you. It's one of my favourite headbands. So that's what Trump is thinking today, and he is fearing losing. Let's have a look at what's on the bottom. He is worrying about losing donors. This to me is resources, money. The Queen of Pentacles. Let's have a look at what's on the bottom underneath the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Swords being called forth to answer for his words. He's going to have to answer for them. That's interesting. 7 of Swords reversed. He is not going to get away with it. He's a victim of his own lies and his own words, and he's not going to get away with it. There have been people waiting in the wings for this. I think the reason it's all coming out now and it didn't come out at the time is they knew that it wouldn't make much of a difference to things if it came out at the time. So they bided their time. And the fact is, it's not just this reporter from the Atlantic. Even Fox News went, the actual news service, not the crappy opinion, they went, and the actual news service is a bit more even-handed, but still could use work. But they went and got one of their reporters to verify everything independently, and she did, with others, you know, her own independent sources. So did the Washington Post, so did the New York Times. And I think one other news outlet or radio outlet went and independently verified with their own sources that all this was true. And of course, there's Trump's own words when he's talking about John McCain. My grandfathers weren't suckers. They served. My husband's grandfather was was actually an Anzac. He was one of the new batch to Gallipoli. He wasn't one of the first batches. He was one of the new batch to Gallipoli and went on and he got injured at the storm. He wasn't a sucker and he wasn't a loser. So screw you, Trump. That's all I'm going to say. Anyway, that's Trumpet. He's having a bit of a hard time in his own head. So he should. Now, I heard the other day on whether he could have had a brain tumour. Yes, it's possible he could have had a brain tumour and that could have caused some mini strokes. I didn't read on mini strokes. So I'm going to have a look and see if he had mini strokes. That's the big story. That's the biggest thing that people seem to think coming out of that book by Michael Schmidt, not Stephen Smith. Sorry, I got the last name right, but not the other ones. And it's Donald Trump versus the United States. So people can be put on and, you know, knocked out for strokes. My mum had mini strokes and stuff. So did Trump have mini strokes? What was this? Yeah, that could be a yes. That could be frozen. Mini, you know, strokes can freeze you up a little bit, I suppose. I've never had one. But it seems to me that people have them, it's like their faces can be frozen and paralysis and frozen a bit. So that, yeah, it could have had some mini strokes. I still think there's possibly some on the bottom. The Chariot. That's a yes card. Forward movement. Five of Cups, loss. He suffered some loss from them if he's had them. Oh. Victim of your own lives. Victim, you know, look at his diet. Now, people say, oh, yeah, his diet, but his heart's healthy. Well, his heart might be healthy. If it is, it is. If it isn't, it isn't. But that sort of food you're eating can have other consequences as well. It can affect your blood pressure. It can clog up your arteries, having to make your heart work harder. Or it can add, you know, all that cholesterol and stuff. It can cause, you know, blood clotting and things like that. And all the high carb food. I'm diabetic. One of the things we have to be careful about is, you know, making sure our circulation is good. So, yeah, I think there's every possibility he did have mini strokes and that's what sent him to the hospital. That I also think there's a possibility that when they were examining, they found something that they then dismissed as it could be a grape. So, you know, he might have something that's, you know, there's a possibility, as I said the other day, could be a brain tumour there as well, and they just can't operate on it. But yeah, both, you know, both of those things are possible. Anyway, I just thought I'd put to bed the mini stroke thing versus the brain tumour thing. Both of those things are possible. Okay, now where is my notes? Yeah, frozen. So yeah, I do think out of the two, having looked at that, I think mini strokes is more possibly the thing. Hi, Nancy Lee. Hi, Zelda. Hi, Greta. Hi, Sharon Lee. Mama Lou, hello, welcome. Yeah, Mm-hmm. Yeah, so let's have a look. What's next? I'm going to steer away from the US for a while and have a look at the UK and even at Australia. We have elections next year. I've even been looking at those. And I'm going to be using the Wild Tulip Tarot by Angela Dicker, who is here in Perth. If you go to my community page, you'll see an email address for her and her site. The URL for her site, Starscope, or sorry, I can't. Yeah, Starcode, and she does ship internationally as well. And I love the tarot decks I've gotten from her. To my knowledge, she's only done 2 tarot decks so far. I hope she does more. So, the UK, there's a lot of concern about Boris Johnson's health after COVID and how much damage it did to him. And there's a lot of speculation about will he resign early. So we'll have a look at that first. Will Boris Johnson resign early due to health and the mess with Brexit? Well, we won't put it down to any reason. We'll just ask the general question: will he resign early? Okay, will he resign early? I know there's a general consensus amongst a lot of readers when he got the leadership and then won the election that he wouldn't be there for long. But I don't know. I don't know if I'd have to go back and look at my readings to see if that. But let's have a look. Will he resign early? What's happening with Boris? Do an overview. Let's see, where is he at the moment? 5 of air, defeat, and move purposely. So this is the 5 of swords. To defeat, to move purposely. He's not really thinking of it. He thinks he can still win and hang on. What have been his influences? Denial of spirituality. This is okay. This is the Hangman reversed. Denial of spiritual needs in this. It's also just just as in his recent influences, is he's refusing to alter his perspective as well. He's been looking at things from a certain angle and he's refusing to change that. So, and this is that angle when he might actually need to. What's on top of him? The Prince of Fire, that is the that is the Knight of Wands. So that's the Knight of Wands. Sorry, I just got a bit of a mind blank there. but it's reversed. So it's unpredictable and residential change. Yeah, so there could be a change of address. This is hanging over his head. Residential change of address, moving out of 10 Downing Street, possibly. His immediate future, Ace of Earth, material gain and comfort. So he may be feeling like he's clawing back some ground, gaining some new ground. So he might gain some new ground in staying where he is. What's on his subconscious? Tulip world, spiritual growth, material success. But the world is also coming to the end of a cycle. So to the end of a journey. It's the last card in the major arcana, signifying the end of the fool's journey. So yeah, this is on his subconscious. So even subconsciously, he's even thinking, maybe I might have to go. I might be going. Recent past, Ace of Fire, new enterprises and creative pursuits. He tried to instill new fire, new passion and new ideas into Brexit, and it hasn't been working. Okay, even though it's not reversed, we know that that's what he's been trying to do. What's the next step for him? King of Fire. The next step for him is King of Fire. Loyal, confident, honest, generous, inspiring, socializing. A natural leader who enjoys starting new projects and monetary gain. Starting new projects. He's going to try and reboot Brexit again, I think. So here, there's no sign of him wanting to resign early. But there's the pressure on him to do so over his head. But he's hanging in there. But he's not changing his views and his perspective on it. He's been trying to bring in new ideas to get Brexit done. But he's refusing to step away from the idea that maybe it cannot happen, that it's just not going to happen. He won't think that. So he's going to try again. But subconsciously he's thinking, maybe. So that's what's an overview of him at the moment and what's going on with him. He's not showing any signs of wanting to step down. So obviously he doesn't want to step down. But what's going on with his health? What's going on with his health? So I'm going to use the bridge layout, which came with Woman in the Moon Tarot, to ask about Boris Johnson's health. Hi Judy Gash, hi Nancy Lee, Christine Thomas, hi. Some coffee. I've got my favorite cat t-shirt on too. I'll show you guys. I love it. It's my favorite shirt. It's an original design by somebody I used to work with, and if you're in Perth and you want a great t-shirt like this, go to Malaga Markets, and there's a store there down the northern end of the market, t-shirts, and there's a guy in there called Steve. He did this design, so it's unique. And he's got some other unique designs as well. I want to go down and see if he's got an our one, actually. And yeah, great guy. Okay, so Boris Johnson's health. Let's see what the bridge card is, what the bridge says about his health. Justice, unfair bias, unfavourable outcome. This is the current energy of the issue. So we'll go away from the bias. Unfavourable outcome is what this is saying, is that it's not looking good for him with his health. The heart of the matter, Princess First, conscious, analytical, creative and productive. Princess of Earth, which is the Page of Coins. Scholarship. People are looking. He's getting messages about, he's getting tests done. And I think he's getting news back about his health from analytical doctors, you know, test results and things like that. That's what this is. We're looking at the analytical. So he's getting tests done. The challenge for him to consider with his health. The Prince of Fire, again, residential change. Challenge to consider. The Prince of Fire's come up again, and again it's come up reversed. And that's the Knight. So princesses are pages and the princes are knight. And residential change. So he's really going to have to consider for his health a change of residence, stepping down. Incoming change for him. 3 of Fire, 3 of Wands, but it's reversed. Misdirection, lost opportunities. Misdirection and lost opportunities. That's interesting. That's he's finding it hard. He's finding it hard to keep up with things. Not lost opportunity. Not going to be able to complete it. Brexit is not going to be able to get Brexit through. Likely outcome. So a change in the way Brexit. Something changing with Brexit. And the likely outcome or result is the 2 of Fire, but again it's reversed. Business concerns, self-doubt. He's going to start thinking that he maybe is not up to the job anymore. And this is his health. We're looking at his health. So let's do a couple of clarifiers on the 3 of Fire. 6 of Fire, 6 of Wands, recognition, reward and success. Recognition, reward. He is going to be recognised in some way. Three of Water reversed, intolerance, but he is losing support. He is losing support. So, and this is on incoming change. So look, he's going to have some sort of actually. I'm focusing on the word success now. I was automatically drawn to that. He's going to have a minor success or something, you know, some sort of victory somewhere, but not Brexit. But he's going to have some sort of victory somewhere. But he is losing support. And let's do a couple of clarifiers on the likely outcome of the result. The 2 of Fire, the end of the journey for him. Princess of Fire, Page of Wands, unhelpful, inconsistent, unwelcome news. Yeah, look, I think he is going to have to resign, retire. What's on the bottom? King of Fire, him. That's him. but it's not going to be because of lack of success with Brexit, you know. So that's not why he's going to retire. And I think that will be the minor success he has. It's going to be his health. It's his health. Now, apparently the big news is he doesn't trust Dominic Cummings. I can't remember who Dominic, I know he's a member of the cabinet or whatever. He's not the deputy PM. In fact, Boris never appointed a deputy PM. When he was out sick earlier this year, Dominic Raab took over. That's RAAB. So I thought I would have a look at likely contenders for the leadership. Johnson has to resign due to health. So we'll start with Dominic Cummings. I'm trying to think of a picture of him. Looks a wee bit sleazy, I think, from memory. But, you know, hi, Deborah Costro. Hi, J-Cat Lady. Why are old men cleaning and polishing their rifles to have a go at Trump? Okay, so Dominic Cummings. This is everyone who's just joined me. I'm having a look at the UK. I just had a look at Boris Johnson, what he's thinking, an overview of him at the moment. He certainly wants to stay, and he's not thinking about resigning. But then I did a reading on his health, and it's not looking good, and he might have to resign due to his health. But he certainly, yeah. But he's still hanging in there. But if he does resign, he doesn't have an appointed deputy PM. He decides at the time who's going to take over. So I'm going to have a look at Dominic Cummings, who apparently he does not trust. That way. So 6 of water, 6 of cups, escapism and disengagement. Disengagement. That just sort of fell off the deck when I was shuffling. I was talking about Dominic Cummings. So disengagement. You know, someone who doesn't seem to really engage with the public. So an escapism. Interesting. So I'll leave that out there and just have a look. What are the chances of Dominic Cummings taking over from Boris Johnson if he has to resign? The Sun, delayed achievement. It's reversed, sorry. The Sun's reversed, delayed achievement. Empress of Tulips, harmony, creative fulfillment, and birth. But the 9 of Earth, 9 of Coins, which is the sitting pretty card, but it's reversed. Wealth under fret and instability. Not looking too good for him. The disengagement, I think that I hone in on the word birth there. He seems to think it's his birthright. I think he's a bit arrogant. 10 of water, 10 of cups, disruption, unhappy relationships. Unfulfilled goals too. Unfulfilled goals. Not looking too good for Dominic Cummings. Ace of water, but it's diverse. It's reversed. Dissatisfaction and anxiety. No, I don't think he's going to have much of a chance. 8 of water, 8 of cups. Recklessness, ill-advised, changed. Yeah, no, it's not looking too good for him. We'll do one more layer. Tulip will. Good fortune. It's a change, new cycle, start of a new cycle for him. So, but it's not going to be political one. Princess of Air, Page of Swords, opinionated, perceptive, but it also means disappointing news, the Page of Swords. And Queen of Earth, reversed, overbearing, materialistic, and self-involved. No. And that seemed to hook back to the Six of Water card with the disengagement. That's the self-involved. Yeah, no. Dominic Cummings, not looking good for him. I have to say. Let's put the cards back in here. So that's Dominic Cummings. I just don't feel like he's very popular amongst his peers. I don't really know much. I do know that I thought that when Boris got sick with COVID, that and Dominic Raab was appointed to run things, I thought he did a pretty good job, but I didn't pay a huge amount of attention. So now we're going to look at the other Dominic Raab. Whitby is quite the thing. He's telling everyone where to get off, James. Like, hi, Deborah Costro. Whitby! He's saying, I'm the boss dog here. I'm the oldest. Hi, B. Harrison. I'm the boss dog. Oh, one thing I do want to look at a bit today is, are there going to be more skirmishes with Russia? Because there was that skirmish apparently the other day with a Russian vehicle sideswiping an American one in Syria. More skirmishes with Russia. What's going to happen there? And Trump's not saying anything. And of course, there is the bounty thing. Anyone seen Sheila yet today from Celtic Tarot? Everyone loves Whitby. Whitby is one of those dogs. We've had people who don't like dogs, just flat out don't like dogs, meet Whitby and absolutely love him. Just, you know, we don't like dogs, but this little fella we love him. He's so sweet. So he's a very special dog. Oh, that's old news. Sorry, uncover the news. That thing about Ivanka selecting finishes for a tower in Moscow. Yeah, Dominic Raab. Dominic Raab. It's R-A-A-B. I don't want to, you know. So what's going on with Dominic Raab? What's on the bottom for him? Tulip star, delayed happiness, fixed attitudes. He might have to fixed attitudes. He might have to bend a little bit about a couple of things. Like loosen up, a bit more flexibility. He might have to introduce a bit more flexibility into if he wants to be the leader. Let's have a look. Queen of Air, independent, insightful, generous and strong-willed. Dedicated to a cause or profession. So he certainly has the dedication. The brain and the will, and generous. So he certainly has what it takes to be a leader. And that's the right side up. But he's got the Queen of, now he's got the Queen of Water, Queen of Cups, reversed. He can be a bit controlling and a bit overly sensitive. So this is the good side to him, and the little bit too tight and a bit controlling and a little bit oversensitive. Maybe that's his attitude. The oversensitive attitude might be what might delay him getting into that position. Ace of Fire, new enterprises and creative pursuits. So he's willing to look at new enterprises and new ideas. That's a good thing for him, and that's all yes cards as well. But so this fixed attitude thing might be this oversensitive and maybe an attitude that he has to control everything tightly. So maybe he might have to loosen up that. So it's not the introduction of new ideas. It's not being willing to have a look at things, but being independent too. And so that fixed attitude might be him having to realise that he can't control every little aspect. He's got to move back from that attitude of, you know, if I don't control it, it's not going to happen, that sort of thing. King of Earth, it's reversed, insensitive and materialistic. So that's interesting. And that's reversed. So we've had two reversals, which is yes, no. So that means those yeses and nos. But some people maybe see him as being a little bit too focused on the money, the bottom line, and materialistic. So I think this is how some people see him, not necessarily what he is. But he's seen by some to being a little bit too, and also open mouth, insert foot here. Maybe puts his foot in his mouth occasionally, but also a little bit too worried about the bottom line. Well, if you're running a country, the bottom line matters, but there's many bottom lines. There's a bottom line in this aspect, and in this, there's bottom line with health, the bottom line with the economy, the bottom line with the military and all that. So sometimes you have to have that. How can we get this done the best? How can we get as much resources as possible? But some people see that as being materialistic instead of as focusing on what needs to be had. Three of Air, heartache, unhappiness. So maybe not the best outcome. An Ace of Air, insensitivity, misuse of power. Okay, maybe there's might be some things come out about him not doing things the way they should be. Five of Water, Five of Cups, disappointment and regrets. Three of Fire, and it's reversed, same as the Ace of Air was reversed and the Three of Air was reversed. Sorry about that. I didn't bring that up. Air being Swords. Fire, Three of Wands reversed, misdirection, lost opportunities. Again, the same with Dominic Cummings. Tulip, Lovers, love risk, conflicting choices. Okay. I think overall he does have skills and the ability, and to a large extent the personal attributes to do the job if he loosens up on his need to control everything. But I think that his chances of taking over the job are not that good. So that is Dominic Raab, who stepped in and was the acting PM when Boris Johnson got sick earlier this year with coronavirus. So overall, he's not looking good for him to take over, even though he probably could do a pretty good job, decent job. Now, the other name that came up is Nick Clegg. That's Klegg. And I don't know what position he holds at the moment, if any. So we'll have a look at Nick Clegg. Sorry. What flipped? 9 of air. The need to overcome negativity. Okay. I don't know much about a lot of the political figures in Britain. Nick Clegg. Nick Clegg. Okay, how's things looking? Empress of Tulips. That's a good card for him to get on the bottom. So let's have a look. That's the Empress. That's a good card. 5 of Water. Disappointment, regret. Wow, that's not a good card to start off with, is it? To see if he could possibly become the next PM. Prince of Fire. It's reversed. Residential change. So unpredictability. He can be a little bit of a loose cannon, I guess. This is saying. This is my interpretation of the cards, okay? Princess of Fire. That's the unhelpful, inconsistent, unwelcome use. So I'm going to say the inconsistent, considering we've got the unpredictability with the Knight. Cameo! What's going on, Bubba girl? She wants to get into the room with her, with hubby. So, yeah. 3 of air, heartache and unhappiness. So I shuffled very well, and I put the cards in, bits in different bits, and then I shuffled. So all 3 of these guys have gotten the 3 of air reversed, heartache and unhappiness. And also another meaning with the 3 of air is time to let go. So maybe it's time to let go of their aspirations in that front. Queen of Water, oversensitive and controlling. So he's got an aspect that he shares with Dominic Raab. Interesting. In fact, they've shared a lot of aspects. Deceptive dealings and feeling unappreciated. King of Water, and that's also instability as well. So, yeah, Nick Clegg isn't looking too good either. Bit of a unstable, loose cannon by the looks of it. 2 of air, resolution, balance restored. Okay, this is about the first decent card that he's got. 3 of Water reversed, intolerance. No, it just doesn't have the support there. Tulip, well, end of. No, he's coming to the end of his political journey as well. So, according to this, the 3 big names that came up when I was watching stories, watching news and stuff this week with regard to Boris Johnson, none of them are going to get the top job. Okay. Dishes and stitches. Hello. Renee Dugan. Hi. Deborah Costro. I think I said hello. How are you? Now, one last thing I'm going to look at before I move away from the UK is Brexit. So, Brexit. How is Brexit going to go? What is the future of Brexit in the UK? I think I'll do a cross on that. Important. I'll come back out. Hi, Helena Harrison. Anything on the royal family? I don't do a lot of them, but I can do a bit of a look. Maybe look at the Queen's health if you like. I can do a quick reading on that. I'm not a monarchist myself or a royalist or anything. Doesn't really bother me if we stay part of the Commonwealth or if we stay, you know, or we become a republic. I think in the end, I think Australia will become a republic, but you know. I think monarchies can have their place, but not as running countries. I mean, if you're the country that you're king or queen of, yes, but other countries that you've colonized or, you know. I've got nothing against monarchies per se. But I don't think we need the Queen to sign every law for us. So, but I've got nothing against the royal family. But anyway, that's me. Anyway, Brexit. What's the future of Brexit in Britain? Let's have a look at it. I'll do a cross. The folly, indiscretion, and immaturity. It was a folly to begin with. Indiscretion. Shouldn't have been put forward in the first place. Immaturity. Yeah, they didn't really look at the whole picture when it was put forward, what it could mean. Crossing it. King of Earth. Successful business ventures. This is going to be the challenge to continue successful business ventures across boundaries, and to get the best advice. Yeah, so it's going to be a real challenge. The base of the reading, 10 of air, defeat, courage, the courage to walk away. Look, at the base of the reading, it's saying basically that it's not going to happen, and really it's something that should just be walked away from, and negotiations should be to re-enter. Because there's not going to be a deal able to be made. Past actions leading up to where things are. A lot of people thought it would lead to productivity and future success, but that's not the case, especially with the 10 of air or 10 of swords at the bottom. 3 of fire, 3 of wands. It's more like a reverse of this lost opportunities. It's going to lead to lost opportunity. They want it to lead to success, but that's not going to happen. Above everything, justice, balance, fair decisions, and legal issues. There's all of these things that have to be considered. Finding the right balance, finding getting through the legalities of it all, and making sure that there's fairness in all dealings, and that's just not happening. Those things are they just can't get that balance that's needed. Immediate future for Brexit. It's a strange card, but it's reversed, so that's weakness. Misdirected energies, too much energy is being put into it, and it's in a very weak position. The Brexiteers, getting Brexit, it's just getting weaker and weaker. What's in the environment? 8 of Earth, misdirected, focused, and wastefulness. It's just, yeah, misdirected again with the card before that. Misdirected energies. This one's misdirected focus. The focus and the energy has been put in the wrong areas, which is why it hasn't worked. I think people got tunnel vision about how they were going to make Brexit work and what Brexit was really all about. And a lot of people voted for it because they just don't like people from the continent. Honestly, it was more about, wasn't about economics for a lot of people who voted for it. It was about hating Europe, not wanting to be considered part of Europe. It was never about the economy for them. It was about their own prejudices, and that's then, yeah, and yeah. What are people seeing? 9 of Queens. Solitary enjoyment of material wealth. People are seeing, this is what a lot of England wanted, people who wanted Brexit. They're just seeing people who didn't want to share with others. They thought, we'll sit and we'll be sitting pretty. We can do things on our own and we'll be sitting pretty. But that's not the case. And it is Europe who's sitting pretty with regard to Brexit and not them. Hopes and fears with regard. The fear is of loss, 4 of Earth, which is 4 of Pentacles. The fear is of loss, and the hopes is that they will succeed. But yeah, I think as fear, it came out reversed. Even though both fear's the loss is going to win. What's the final outcome for Brexit? Judgment, unsubstantiated regret. Not looking good, because it is judgment, but it's reversed. There's, we'll have a look. 3 of Earth, teamwork and business ideas, but as it's on top of unsubstantiated regret, it's resentment and work problems. It's just going to continue to be problematic. There's no clarity of purpose. That's the biggest problem. There is no clarity of purpose. and 9 of water, lacking in appreciation. So it's not looking good. I think Brexit's going to be... Okay, I will do, before moving on to here in Australia and our leadership, possible things for our election next year, I have a quick look at the royal family, Queen's health, and then the royal family in general, and I'll use the bridge layout for that. I don't do a lot of, like I said, no. My sister, as far as the royal family is, she's a true believer. Just putting that cards back. Oh my goodness me. I work. You know, when something just twists and so let's have a look here. Ooh, shuffling feet. Is that the ghost? Is the ghost going to make an appearance? Here, my husband's just walking around in the background. Maybe I'll see if I can get him to make an appearance on Halloween. Now, I am going to morning your time. So Thursday night my time, or the night time my time on the 3rd of November. I'm gonna do a live then, and then I'll do another live the following morning. Then we'll be looking at the election. So might even see if I can get a couple of people to join me. Oh, that will be interesting. I can ask that question. But the fact is, a lot of them don't actually watch the news. They just watch the opinion hosts. But if they see it on Fox News viewers, if they see it on Fox News, trashing. I like he said, I'll swear on whatever you like. Well, I'll swear on anything, he said. I'll swear on anything. Not swear on the Bible. I'll swear on anything. God, what a tool. What a tool. I don't like doing that with the cards, but I've got to get them all mixed up really well. So. Okay, good mix up. There we go. I've got nothing against her. She's a beautiful, beautiful woman. Even in her 90s, beautiful woman. She got out there during the war, and she was a land girl, I think. She got out there during the Blitz with her sister and her parents to walk around and talk to people. Yeah, real leadership. I mean, she has shown leadership. So yeah. Anyway, let's have a look at the royal family in general. Current energy of the issue or situation with the royal family. Ace, clarity of purpose. They're trying to find a new way. They're feeling their way, you know. So that's currently energy, trying to redefine their purpose in a modern world, trying to clarify what that is. The heart of the matter, 10 of coins, prosperity, happy home and success. The heart of the matter is, yeah, the royal family, that's what they want. They want what everybody else wants, is to be happy. This is the 10 of coins, is to be happy. For those who want to know, I'm using the Woman in the Moon Tarot. To be happy, to prosper, be successful in everything they endeavour to do, different members. The challenge to consider, controlling. This is the Emperor, and it's reversed. So the challenge to consider is that they're not the ultimate controlling body anymore, as monarchies were for millennia. So this is their challenge, is that their role is not to control everything anymore. And so what is their role now? And controlling, and people still see them as controlling, but that's not their role anymore. So what is it? Is it leadership? It's not power. They have some power, but different sort of power. Yeah, I think they're incoming change, star, optimism, insight. Incoming change is they have hope in the newer generations to provide new insight into what their role might be in the future. You can't do that when you isolate members of your family. That's all I'm going to say. It's like, you know, forcing Harry to give up his titles and everything because he moved to America or moved to Canada with his wife and all that because they pulled back. I have to say that's ridiculous because, yeah, the good he can do as a representative elsewhere, but no, yeah, so that's their leadership. You know, I think they made a seriously bad move in doing what they did with Harry and Meghan. Yes, I might get along. Well, he chose to leave and all that. He chose to say, I want to live 6 months here, and because of this pressure and all this negativity. But he didn't say, I don't want anything to do with it, and I don't want to have a role, and I don't want to put myself forward anymore. Just, you know, some time off, please. I noticed it. Likely outcome for 7 of coins. Lost opportunity, slow progress. Yeah. I think they're going to be heading into a bit of a rough time. They have taken a few missteps, and I think they're going to take a few more. Let's have a bit more clarity on that. Okay, yeah. The Ace of Wands, that's on top of the 7 of coins for the likely outcome or results. Setbacks, poor planning, frustration. They're going to be in for a bit of a war. But eventually they'll overcome that good and be able to have some more achievements. I really believe they have to mend fences with one of the best examples of what a royal could do. Could be in the future. But, yeah. Anyway, that's my personal opinion. So we'll just have a quick look at the Queen's health, and then we're going to shoot back over to, shoot down under and then back up to North America. Okay. So the Queen's health. GM Dave just commented on the weather where you are. I take it 110, and it's so hot. It's like my ex-wife breathing down the back of my neck. Oh, I like that. That is hilarious. I don't know why they were so mean towards Meghan. My sister can't stand her, which is just an example. Come on, move on. But there's things you do. There's protocols in place for a reason. And it's like, some protocols, she was not doing things the way they're supposed to be done. Wow, shove off. Anyway, the Queen's. My sister doesn't talk like that, by the way. But, yeah. Okay, the Queen's health. Let's have a look. Hanged woman, suspended effort, readjustment. Maybe suspended effort. I think she's been told to maybe rest, and maybe they're looking at some of her medications and stuff, but she's been told to just rest and slow down. Take stress. 6 of Cups, reversed, wallowing in the past, escapism. Yeah, she's she's getting older, and a lot of times a lot of older people, they tend to dwell on the past a bit, and things from long ago come up. I mean, she's in her 90s, so possibly a bit of that natural progression towards maybe thinking more about the past and the current and things like that. Challenge to consider, Page of Cups, and it's used for unexpected offers. Yeah, so an unexpected news. Youth challenge to consider should she put someone younger in, should she advocate so someone younger can take over. Incoming change, so she's considering that, and we're looking at her health here, so maybe she might be starting to show some signs of just natural progression with elderly people. Incoming change, 7 of Coins reversed, lost opportunities. Again, this has come up again. It's lost opportunities. But in this case, it's not with the family. We're looking at her health. I think maybe something may have been missed in an assessment or a couple of assessments that could have been looked at the time. But it's a bit late now to look at it. And likely outcome, 8 of Cups, changing direction. This is also the walking away card. So maybe her health is coming to that stage where she might have to consider stepping back, becoming the Queen Mother, and allowing Charles to step in or something. Anyway, that is the Queen's health. Now we're going to go down here to Australia. I'm going to have a quick look at next year's election. Next year's election. Hi, Tiger. Hi, Teresa Judy. Hi, Bismo. Sophie Edwards, hello, welcome. So, the Australian election next year, is it likely to be Liberal or Labor in power? I will do Labor on the left and Liberal on the right. So, Liberal or Labor? Somebody wants to get in that room. Labor, Liberal. Labor, Liberal. Labor, Liberal. We'll just do a quick visit there. Okay. So, Labor, Knight of Coins. Sitting pretty. Enjoyment, security, and solitude. Autonomy too. That represents autonomy. Liberal, Queen of Wands reversed. Overconfident, petty, and easily offended. Overconfident. Liberals are overconfident about next year's election. Back to Labor, Two of Cups. Partnerships, cooperation, and attraction. They could form a government maybe with minor parties. They could form a minority government. What is on the Liberal? Endings, letting go, transformation, death. Whoa. Labor, Two of Coins reversed, disintegration, loss of focus. Oh, they'll have to be careful of that. They might not be able to. I'll do a couple more cards to see what's going on. Liberal, Seven of Swords reversed, vigilance, caution, opposition. That means I'm going to hone in on the opposition here, which means that if you're not in power, you know, of the major party, you become the opposition. Let's have a look here. Labor, Ace of Coins, monetary gain, abundance. Liberal, Ten of Cups reversed, unhappiness, disruption, and tension. One more. Oh, the Sun for Labor, success, achievement, and happiness. They have to work at it, but they'll get it. Oh, Liberals have got the Devil. So Labor have got the Sun, Liberals have got the Devil. Overall, I think it's a good chance that Labor might win, but they've got to find that right partnership. I think at the head, I don't know that Anthony Albanese, who's the current Labor leader here in Australia, is going to be the one to take them into. But anyway, that's just a quick look at the election next year, which is still a long way away, so things can change. So, but yeah, it's looking better for Labor than it is for Liberal. So these things can happen when you are in power and a pandemic hits. Okay. Asante, yep, is it there? Sophie Edwards, hi. Teresa Judy, Tiger, yep. What's this? What's this? What's this? Hey? What are you doing waving this in my face? Hey? Oh, Mummy loved you. Yes. Okay, we're going to go back up to the US now. I'll have a quick look at the Canadian elections. I'm not sure what What parties are there? One of my lovely Canadian subscribers, please tell me who the major parties are in the election, please, and then I'll have a quick look at them. Well, someone's one of my lovely Canadians gives me that information for that. I am going to have a look at Trump's vaccine. He reckons there'll be a vaccine available in October. Liberal, Conservatives, NDP, Green and Bloc. Okay. So hang on, I'll write those notes down. So where's my pen? Where's my pen? Oh, here it is. So Liberal, Conservatives, Liberals and Conservatives. Okay. So they're the two main ones likely to. So Liberal over here is the Conservative Party. Our Labor is your Liberal, I suppose. So anyway, so we'll do the Canadian election then. Canadian election, Liberal or Conservatives? NDP or NDP? Okay, Liberal, Conservatives and NDP. Can NDP form government on their own? Are they strong enough to form government on their own, or would they have to? Hi, M Mouse. Hi, Marie Sutton. No. Okay. Thank you, Ronald. Okay. Oh, for my Canadian subscribers, I came across a series on Amazon, which I hadn't heard of before. Absolutely loving it. I'm about 3/4 of the way through the first series. Corner Gas with Brent Butt, who I have seen a stand-up of his before. It's hilarious. Absolutely loving this show. Just wonderful, wonderful. Absolutely love it. And I'm so looking forward to working my way through the 6 series. So well done, Canada. Love it. Okay, right. Okay, so we'll go Liberals and Conservatives. So Liberals on the left, Conservatives on the right. Canadian election. Liberal, Conservatives, Liberal, Conservatives, Liberal, Conservative. Liberal, 3 of Wands, reverse, misdirected efforts and false starts. They're not going to get off to a good start when the election rolls around. Conservative, Page of Cups, unexpected offers. That's unexpected, surprising good news. Liberals, second card, 7 of Coins reversed, lost opportunities and slow progress. Conservatives, Page of Wands reversed, domineering attitude, unreliable. Liberals, Justice reversed, bias and complications. Conservatives, 4 of Coins reversed. Ooh, skating on thin ice. Let's have a look. Might have to bring in the NDP here. Let's have a look. NDP. NDP. What's going on with the NDP? Six of Cups, wallowing in the past, escapism. Four of Cups, boredom, apathy, doubts. Hanged Woman, suspended effort. So they're not looking any good either. Let's have a look. Liberal, Conservative, NDP. Liberal. 10 of Cups, attainment, emotional fulfillment and joy. That's a better card. 8 of Coins, reversed for the Conservatives. Potential for change, but laziness. They're not really doing as much as they could, the Conservatives. 3 of Cups, reversed for the NDP. Exploitation, lack of support. No, the NDP are out of it. Liberal, Conservatives. Pope. Oh, that is the Hierophant. It's got Pope here. That's the Hierophant. Conformity, mediator, teacher. They might be able to form a government. Temperance, moderation, compromise. I think it's going to be that it's going to be very close, and neither of them are going to be able to form a majority government, but it's going to be who can get more of the other party seats on side with them. I think 9 of Swords, worry, anxiety and suffering. That's the Liberal. 2 of Cups reversed, misunderstandings, hasty involvement. Oh, they might not make the best choices there. Who's going to win? 10 of Swords, endings, ruin, new beginning. The Star. Conservatives got the Star. So I think things will lean towards the Conservatives. But, you know, they might have to form a minority government. They might not get enough. I think there's a lot of apathy towards the 3 main parties. People just get sick of them. Okay. So now I've got a new deck here. It's called Essential Tarot by Pablo Mont. It is a Los Scarabeo deck. Absolutely beautiful artistry to this. Absolutely beautiful artistry. Okay, so, but before I move on to using that deck, let's have a quick look at Trump's vaccine. His vaccine that he's promising for before the election. We'll have it before the election. Truth or lie? Truth or lie? And safe or not? So we'll go truth or lie. 10 of Swords, ruin. 5 of Coins reversed. Fear of rejection, out in the cold. It's a lie. Knight of Swords reversed. Insensitive, demanding. It's a lie. And even if it isn't, would it be safe? Spiritual, Ace of Cups, creativity. Yeah, it's creative, but is it safe? 3 of Coins, detail of just approval seeking. No. Ace of Wands reversed, setbacks, poor planning, frustration. No. I don't know that it would hurt anyone, but it's not going to be. In fact, it could hurt somebody. But it could just be a saline. Somebody suggested the other day. I think it might have been Kirsten. Could just be a saline solution for all they know. So it's a lie. It's a lie. It's looking better for a vaccine in January, but no guarantees. Anyway, somebody asked, how are Fox News viewers going to react to Trump's comments? How are they going to react to Trump's comments? I think I'll use the bridge for this one. The 5-card reading. How are they going to react to Trump's comments? Fox News viewers, the ones who watch the actual news, current energy of the situation with them, the Empress, abundance, but the other thing is this is all about new ideas too. So see this card, beautiful, isn't it? This is the Empress. So it can be about new ideas. A lot of people make a mistake of just zoning in on abundance or maternal or whatever. The current energy of the situation, there's a lot of kickback. How Fox News viewers going to react to it? I think it depends on the way it's presented and what part of Fox News they're watching. The heart of the matter. The heart of the matter is their allegiance to Trump, the 2 of Cups, the deal they made with Trump, their partnership with Trump. The challenge for them to consider the Page of Cups, this surprising emotional news. Surprising emotional news. They can't ignore it. They can't ignore this news. This is the challenge, is it's something that can't be ignored because their own news outlets have confirmed it. Incoming change. Ooh, High Priestess. The first thing I got was some people are reconsidering if he fits in with their agenda anymore. Likely outcome or result. 5 of Pentacles, out in the cold. There are going to be some of those Fox people watching Fox News who are like, no, that's it. I've lost people. They're going to feel like he's abandoned them because they may have lost husbands, wives. He told one woman when he was talking on the phone with her that her husband knew what he was getting into. Dickhead. They're going to feel a bit abandoned and out in the cold, especially those from military families. Let's have a look, see if we can find out more. Star. Inspiration, inspired to look elsewhere. They might loss of hope. They might start doubting the wisdom of voting for him. Aren't they gorgeous cards? Absolutely gorgeous cards. 2 of Swords. They're really going to be rethinking things. Yeah, I think he's going to lose some of the Fox viewers. 8 of Cups, walking away. He's going to lose some. He's going to lose some of them. Hi, Dawn Amato. Hi, Linda B. I'm going out 11:30, so I'm going to have to wrap up soon after 11. Okay, so who is Chris? I am talking about Fox News viewers how Willie have lost some of the Fox News viewers about how they're reacting to his comments on the military. He could lose some. No guarantees on that, but you know. Oh, there have been reported cases of COVID reinfection. Is it true? Is it true? Let's have a quick look at that. Three of Cups, there's some increased there's support for the idea. 10 of Wands, Bird, they're still trying to find proof. 5 of Pentacles, out in the cold, and the jury's out on it. Whether it's reinfection or just, say, getting a flu because you've had COVID before. Yeah, I don't know. Now, are there going to be more skirmishes with Russia? Are there going to be more skirmishes with Russia? Three of Pentacles. Ten of Wands. Burden. Queen of Wands. It's a yes and a no and a yes. The Hierophant. Institutions. The Star. Justice. Finding a new balance. 10 of Cups. Page of Cups. Yeah, I think there are. 4 of Pentacles. I think there are going to be some more skirmishes with Russia. And I think there's been some planning behind it. Group planning. The fact is that when a nation is facing a bit of a military threat from another country, especially something that can be, defined as a real threat, like increasing skirmishes with Russia, they can tend to stick with an incumbent. It's an effort to try and, we can't go for a new government now because, to try and scare people into sticking with Trump. Biden will tell Russia to piss off. He really will. Yeah, there will be, and it's going to be an effort to try and keep the Republicans in power, because they're on very, very thin ice, and Trump is on very thin ice. Republicans in power with the Hierophant government, Republicans keeping the government. They're on thin ice. Yeah. Okay, to finish, my darling, I'm going to do some oracle cards. Hi, John Pelosi. Yeah, he would. He would. Or close to. But he can't go to war without Congress's approval. And he would never get it. The House would never approve it. And the Senate can't approve it unless the House approves it. So let's have a look at, I've seen Sheila from Celtic Witch use these cards before and getting fascinated by them. So I ordered some. So Colette Baron Reid, Wisdom of the Hidden Realms. So I'm going to see what these lovely ladies have to say, or these lovely cards have to say. He will. Biden will put Putin in his place. The Eagle King, the big picture, angelic help. The prison waif, self-sabotage, poverty and consciousness. The Lady of Lightning, surprises, sometimes shock. So total paradigm shift. Total paradigm shift. A total shift in the way you do things, in the model that you use to get on to conduct your life. Okay, the Eagle King, big picture, angelic help. This is it, just saying that this is about more than just us as individuals. The big picture, this is, and America has more than at the moment. The Eagle King is a sign that highest destiny is within reach. You're on the right path now, and even if you can't see where you're going, the Eagle King soars high above the mountains and the valleys of life and is able to see the big picture when you seem to be lost in a bit of a fog. Keep an eye on the big picture, rise above the fog. And the big picture is getting out to vote, getting everyone out to vote. And don't think that you don't have to vote because everyone else said they're going to vote. Get out there and vote. The Eagle King challenges you to see a higher purpose to events. Okay? Not everything is meant to come to pass according to your specifications. If you can't see the forest for the trees, stand back for a while and let the Eagle King fly high on your behalf. Take a step back. Look at the bigger picture. You know, take a step back, look at the bigger picture. See beyond just your part in it. See the connections that you have to others and how if you don't play your part, it can disconnect. So realize that you are part of a bigger picture and you have a part to play, and it's an important part. And if you don't play that part, things could stall or come to a halt or fall apart. So I think this is especially with voting. Get out there and vote. And I know all you guys will in America and in Canada, wherever you are. It's the importance of your vote. Never underestimate the importance of your vote. And encourage everyone. If they say, oh, I don't know about voting, I'm not so sure about voting, just say Biden or 4 more years of Trump. What do you want? What do you know? Go out there and talk to people. Prison waste, self-sabotage, poverty, and consciousness. So self-sabotaging. People can get into a prison of their own making with self-sabotage. When the prison waste arrives in his realm as your ally, he comes to remind you of the law of paradoxical intent. Your own self-sabotaging thoughts and hidden beliefs are in fact preventing you from your highest good. You might believe that you are doing all you can to manifest your reality, but perhaps you're giving into thoughts such as the following: as I can't do this, I'm unworthy, I'll fail, so why try? I don't deserve this, I'm unlovable. A lot of people might be thinking, Trump's still going to win, he's going to cheat, he's going to win, so why should I bother going to vote? Because he's going to cheat and win that way. No, don't let people think that, and don't you think that. Don't give in to those self-sabotaging thoughts. Are you a prisoner of worry, distrust, cynicism, and fear? Do you constantly tell yourself that there's not going to be enough? Don't believe that. Don't believe that. Believe 100% there are going to be enough votes. There's going to be more than enough votes. There's going to be overwhelming votes. But to make sure you vote and encourage everyone around you, who's registered to vote. Get people to register to vote if there's still time. All those sorts of things. The Lady of Lightning, surprises, sometimes shock, total paradigm shifts. This is the Lady of Lightning. Total paradigm shifts. The models in which the model that you use to run your life by, the set of rules, the set of values you use. Why do you do this way, or why do you take this action? What is your impetus on doing that? They shift over time, and they should. As an ally, the Lady of Lightning brings powerful forces of change into your life. She tells you to expect a sudden shift in your circumstances. Perhaps a situation you weren't anticipating arises and offers you the opportunity of a lifetime, or a series of aha moments culminates in a pivotal flash of insight, causing everything to change just like that. Be prepared, change is imminent, and a total paradigm shift may be upon you. Don't resist the changes, as this kind of lightning isn't something you want to fight. Unpleasant news and unexpected shock and overall sense of powerlessness are the aspects you may experience when the Lady of Lightning appears as your challenger. This is a time when you may be forced to make a change you don't want to make. A situation may suddenly turn into a different direction than you'd hoped it would. A sign of difficulty and unwanted surprises. Let's hope it's not Trump. But it will pass. Relax and wait out the storm. I think this might be speaking to after the election, and, it's taking a while for everything to be clarified. relax, wait it out. It might seem shocking, but it's not really. There'll be a storm, but wonderful news after the storm passes. So, yeah, be prepared for Trump to do any and everything, no matter how shocking. So, there we go. Now, my darlings, I'm going to go now. Thank you very much for joining me. And please look after yourselves and those around you. If you can, get out there and do all you can to get people into those voting booths to vote blue, no matter who. And if they're like, but I don't like Biden and I wanted Sanders, so I'm not going to vote, just say, no, you can't do that. And Bernie Sanders said himself, vote for Biden. I want you to vote for Biden. Remind them of that. You know, those sorts of things. Okay? Thank you very much, Tiger. Love you all, and please look after yourself. And I'll see you in a few days, and I'm going to hopefully find some time to do some videos over the next few days. Bye-bye. Love you.